Can any phone dethrone the iPhone as the best smartphone of 2023? The Galaxy S23 Ultra and Pixel 8 Pro aim to find out. And in today's comparison video, we're looking at the latest and greatest flagship phones of 2023. The iPhone 15 Pro Max, the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, and the Google Pixel 8 Pro. So let's start with iPhone 15 Pro Max. iPhone 15 Pro Max. The iPhone 15 Pro Max is the latest and greatest flagship phone from Apple for 2023. When it comes to the display, the iPhone 15 Pro Max sticks with the familiar 6.7-inch OLED panel and dynamic island from the iPhone 14 Pro series. The key highlights here are the smooth 120 Hz per motion refresh rate, always-on display functionality, and extremely high peak brightness for excellent HDR video viewing. Moving on to the cameras, we get a triple rear camera system with some nice upgrades. There's a main 48MP wide camera that takes full 48MP photos now instead of 12MP for more detail. The ultra-wide and telephoto lenses remain at 12MP, but the telephoto now offers 5 times optical zoom compared to 3 times before. Apple has also improved its computational photography with upgrades to Photonic Engine and Deep Fusion. Under the hood, the iPhone 15 Pro Max is powered by Apple's A17 Bionic chip. The A17 Bionic is built on an improved 3nm process and brings some nice performance gains. For CPU performance, the A17 Bionic delivers around 10% faster processing speeds thanks to upgraded performance cores. But the bigger boost comes to graphics performance, with the new 6-core GPU that is up to 20% faster versus the A16. The A17 Bionic also enables hardware-accelerated ray tracing on an iPhone for the first time. This allows for incredibly realistic lighting and reflections in games and apps. In benchmarks, the A17 Bionic posted some solid gains over its predecessor. For single-core performance, the A17 Pro was roughly 16% faster than the A16. For multi-core, it performed 13% faster. When it comes to battery life, Apple has equipped the iPhone 15 Pro Max with a slight bump up to 4,422 mAh battery. In our testing, we found it lasts around 1.5 days of average use thanks to efficient hardware and software optimization. The charging speed remains capped at 20 watts with a cable and 15 watts wirelessly though, so refilling the big battery still takes over 1.5 hours. The iPhone 15 Pro Max also ushers in the switch to USB-C instead of Lightning. However, transfer speeds are still limited to USB 2.0 rates. You also only get 256 GB base storage, which is quite limiting for a Pro device designed for photo and video pros. Overall though, the iPhone 15 Pro Max impresses with its stunning OLED display, significantly improved camera system, speedy new A17 chip, and excellent battery life. Unless you just bought an iPhone 14 Pro Max, this is a worthwhile upgrade for any iPhone fan looking for the absolute best Apple has to offer. But the limited storage, slower charging, and lack of USB 3.0 data transfer keeps it from being perfect. But can it beat Galaxy S23 Ultra and Google Pixel 8 Pro? Let's talk about Galaxy S23 Ultra. Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. Moving on to the Android side of things, let's take a look at how the Galaxy S23 Ultra stacks up against the iPhone 15 Pro Max. The S23 Ultra is Samsung's flagship phone for 2023, and it brings some impressive specs to the table. It has a huge 6.8-inch QHD plus dynamic AMOLED display with a 120 Hz adaptive refresh rate for smooth scrolling and animations. The display hits a very bright 1,750 nits peak brightness and is protected by the latest Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2 for durability. Under the hood, the Galaxy S23 Ultra is powered by the newest Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, which benchmarks show is around 10 to 15% faster than the A17 Bionic in the iPhone 15 Pro Max. So when it comes to raw processing power, the S23 Ultra has an edge. One of the biggest upgrades on the S23 Ultra is in the camera department. There is a new massive 200 MP main sensor that delivers insanely detailed 12 MP pixel binned photos. It's backed up by a 12 MP ultra wide, two 10 MP telephotos with 3 times and 10 times optical zoom, and a laser autofocus sensor. Overall, the S23 Ultra has one of the most versatile and powerful camera systems on a phone. The S23 Ultra also packs a beefy 5,000 mAh battery, which is over 1,000 mAh larger than the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Our battery tests showed the S23 Ultra lasting around 2 full days of use on a charge. And when you do need to top up, it supports blazing fast 45 watts wired charging that can recharge 50% in just 20 minutes. On the software side, the S23 Ultra runs Samsung's One UI 5.1 based on Android 13. It brings lots of customization options and S Pen support for creating content, taking notes, and more. However, updates can be slower compared to iOS. Looking at the overall experience, the S23 Ultra trades punches with the iPhone 15 Pro Max. The S23 Ultra wins on battery life, charging speeds, display size, and resolution. But the iPhone counters with its more seamless software, consistently good cameras, and easier to handle size. Google Pixel 8 Pro. Rounding out the 2023 Android flagships is the Google Pixel 8 Pro. As Google's latest showcase for its AI photography, the Pixel 8 Pro brings some unique strengths to the table. The Pixel 8 Pro is powered by Google's new Tensor G3 chip, which enables advanced computational photography features. The exterior design is refined with a continuous camera visor on the back and a 6.7-inch LTPO display, with variable 1 to 120 Hz refresh rate on the front. For cameras, the Pixel 8 Pro sports a 50 MP main sensor, 48 MP telephoto with 5 times optical zoom, and 48 MP ultra-wide capable of macro focusing. Google's algorithms really make the most of this hardware for features like Magic Eraser, Motion Blur, improved night sight, and more. The Pixel 8 Pro also introduces Face Unlock that works for payments, upgraded 10, 5 MP selfie camera with autofocus, and pro camera controls in the native app like manual focus, shutter speed, and raw capture. When it comes to performance, early benchmarks show the Tensor G3 chip beating last year's Tensor G2, but still trailing behind the A17 Bionic and Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. However, Google's optimized software helps make the most of the hardware. Battery life is average at best based on leaks, with a 5,000 mAh battery but no ultra-fast charging. However, the Pixel 8 Pro does offer some unique software features like Direct My Call. Comparing to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, the Pixel 8 Pro wins on computational photography and camera versatility. But the iPhone is faster, will get more years of updates, and has better build quality. Versus the Galaxy S23 Ultra, the Pixel has a cleaner software experience and arguably better point-and-shoot camera quality. But the S23 Ultra crushes it in specs like the display, charging speeds, and S Pen support. So while the Pixel 8 Pro brings some innovative AI features to the table, it doesn't quite claim the outright win against the iPhone or Galaxy this year in core areas like power and endurance. But for Android users who want a simple, helpful experience with the best camera features, the Pixel 8 Pro will be a strong option worth considering. So, which is best smartphone of 2023? After looking at the latest flagship offerings from Samsung, Apple, and Google, it's clear there are strong contenders for the best smartphone of 2023. The Galaxy S23 Ultra stands out with its incredible display, next-gen Snapdragon power, outstanding camera versatility, and market-leading battery life. For those invested in the Apple ecosystem, the iPhone 15 Pro Max brings expected excellence like smooth software, polished design, and strong performance. And the Pixel 8 Pro puts Google's AI camera smarts on full display for those who want computational photography at its best. Choosing between these three phones really depends on your priorities and which ecosystem you prefer. The S23 Ultra is hard to beat in terms of sheer specs and capabilities, but the tighter iOS integration gives the iPhone 15 Pro Max the edge for Apple users willing to pay the premium. And the Pixel 8 Pro offers the most forward-thinking camera experience that redefines what phone photography can be. Any of these flagships would be a great choice that you can't go wrong with. But based on the complete package combining display, power, battery, software, and cameras, we're giving a slight edge to the Galaxy S23 Ultra as the most well-rounded flagship phone of 2023 so far. Of course, personal preferences will vary, so be sure to look at the key strengths of each phone against your needs. Well, that's all for today. Let us know which one you think is the best flagship phone of 2023. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and don't forget to subscribe for more comparisons like this. Hit the bell icon to be notified when we post new videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.